Welcome in to episode 20 of our Let's Play Civilization 7 series here on the Maddish Moose YouTube channel. We are on turn 34 in the exploration age, playing as Amina, playing as the Songhai Empire. But before we jump into the game, goodness me, patch 1.2.5 is out and it is a doozy, a monstrous patch. Easily, I think, the largest patch and the most changes brought into Civilization 7 by Firaxis. I like a lot of the changes. Some of them I'm like, oh boy, that's a big one. The biggest change, I don't want to talk about everything. The biggest change, I think, is to production costs of buildings. There are now increased scaling costs of building non-warehouse buildings within your cities, and there are increased costs of building non-warehouse buildings in cities that are not your capital. The more cities you have, the more production cost will increase for non-warehouse buildings in your empire. That production scaling is going to change how people play the game and change the strategies around a lot of different things. I am very interested to see how that plays out. We shouldn't see that in our save file until we move up into the modern age. However, it will greatly impact our strategies as we attempt to go for an economic victory, because I think that's the one that gets the most impacted by this particular decision, in my opinion, just because of how the modern plays out when you're going for an economic victory condition. We also have things like two brand new city states, which actually we'll see in our game. We have a massive balance patch, and I'm talking the biggest balance patch that has been dropped. Substantial changes to the economy, large shifts in attribute trees, huge cost differentials and yield differentials for all kinds of different things. The patch notes are enormous. We also have the rest of the right to rule collection out, a brand new leader, 2 new civilizations. We have new map generation, which is a really awesome change. Huge big change in map generation from Firaxis to make the maps a little more dynamic and offer some more map types as well. So that kind of stuff is looking really, really promising. And we'll see how all of that plays out. As we hit those different moments throughout the game, I will make sure to kind of mention that there's a change, or we will see a change if we don't see it now in the game. The rest of this age is going to be very weird because the patch has changed so much. I'm not really sure what the rest of the exploration age has in store for us as far as which of those past changes will be applied and which ones will not be applied until we make the move up into the modern. We'll see as we go. The strategies are still relatively the same. It's just the nuance of them is probably very different based on the balances and things that are going on within the game. So we'll see how that impacts us. If you need to catch up on any of the action leading up to this moment in our game so far, down in the description below is a link to episode 1. You can check out the entire series leading up till this moment in our game of Civilization 7. Here we are, back in our capital city of Gao, and one of the things that I want to show off right off the bat, because I honestly think that it's just an excellent change, is the pause screen menu. Look at the UI changes. That's another thing that they have a whole slew of UI changes as well. We'll see that as we grow our cities. They're giving you a lot more information as you choose building locations. Again, a massive UI change. And they basically came out and said in this patch, that's kind of the first big pass, and they're doing a second kind of run at balance changes as well. So they have more balance changes kind of coming down the road. They also alluded to the fact that they're probably going to shift kind of building types a little bit. Based on what I read, I'm assuming that they're going to create a new building type for influence buildings, because I think that there wasn't a big enough emphasis on that. Like, there was influence on some buildings and they chose to put influence on more buildings now, like specifically one in each age where there's an influence kind of building. I get the feeling that in the future we'll see that become a building type, like influence buildings will be a type of building, just like your gold buildings, your culture buildings, your science buildings. I think it's going to become its own district. That's just my personal opinion. So I think we'll see more changes to come as we jump in. But look at this pause screen now. You get your leader, you get your information, you get all of the pieces of the game, everything you're playing with. You can even go to advanced options, show all the advanced options. You can see down here all of the information on the game, including your map seed, how to like, so if you want to like run it back, like obviously there's a patch change, so it's not going to be very challenging to run it back at this point, but much better, so much improved on this screen right away, right? So really basic UI stuff that, again, like arguably like probably should have been in the game right from the get-go if they would have focused more on that stuff, is now in the game. And honestly, just these changes are making it very nice to play the game of Civilization 7. So in my opinion, another just great patch from Firaxis, showing the direction they want to take the game, adding more content, and bringing the game kind of to where it needs to be. Again, I'm holding out on, there's a couple things I think that still need balance. Their new expansionist type of city-state yields one of the suzerain bonuses is a settler, and that feels very powerful now compared to all of the rest of the bonuses. The biggest change from a city-state standpoint is no longer does, down here, right? No longer does the science city-state get you a free tech for every suzerainty. They nerfed that down both on the culture side in the antiquity age and on the science side in the rest of the ages. It only gets you a free tech for every scientific city-state, and it's less likely now that you will run into those because they have added the expansionist city-state type and the diplomatic city-state type, and so that takes away from the opportunity to have more science city-states in the game, therefore making it almost like it's still a valuable one, but I'm honestly willing to bet that it's lost almost all of its value to take that. Whereas it was a must pick every time. You must get the science suzerainty, you must get it first, and you must pick the one that gets you a free tech for every suzerainty after that. And it also made getting suzerainities the most important thing to do with influence. I think there's much more flexibility now in what suzerainities you choose to go after at the beginning. And also, if you even choose to go after some of those suzerainities, maybe it is actually now much more viable to spend your influence on diplomatic relationships, on trade, on like increased trade routes and things of that nature, rather than holding out everything for investing in city-states that no longer have the crazy bonuses that they used to have in that case. So we'll still be getting the bonuses of that, I'm relatively certain. But we'll see, I guess, right? You can actually see down here. So Nishapur has been changed into an expansionist city-state type. So we already were suzerained of them in this game. That information it's carried over. So the old information carries through. So we still have the suzerainty bonus that they would have had if they were I don't remember what they were before, culture or merchant or something like that. And so we still have that bonus. But from now on, Nishapur is an expansionist city-state, so they get you a whole different set of your city-state suzerain bonuses as you go. So again, lots and lots of changes that have happened with patch 1.2.5. You could spend probably a 2-hour video walking through the patch notes alone. So I don't want to get too caught up on that. I think I've spent enough time on it. We'll see it as we go. We, I believe, are ready to press the next turn button. We have 111 influence. I'm still going to keep saving that a little bit because I want to continue to grab some suzerainities. We might start investing those in more trade routes because we do want more trade, because we do benefit from that from our different policy cards we have in, as well as the Civ and leader that we're playing as well. We have 696 gold. I'm okay with holding that for now. I'm kind of almost holding it because do we want another settler right away, right? We're at 10 of 12. We're going to take another city. We've got one settler out here. We've got another headed for here. We've got a temptation of islands over here. Do we want just another settler with that gold? What else do we want to purchase with it? So I'm okay holding it for now. I don't feel the need to like spend like a ton right now. We've got some caravanseries that are going to come in here in the next couple turns too that we want to buy in right away to increase that gold even further. So I'm going to leave the gold sitting there. Let's see what happens here in Chickasaw as we are pushing our attack. Huma is ours, and we are now pushing for Chickasaw. The question will become in this episode, do we stop at Chickasaw, or do we continue on to Cahokia and also take Cahokia as part of this war? It's going to be very tempting to do so. I think we'll see how things go in our take of Chickasaw. If it goes smoothly and if she stops sending units at us, it will become very tempting to take Cahokia. That will cost us in culture probably, although she's got a lot of culture sitting in here, so we could probably pick that back up again. Remember, we have shamanism, which they did not nerf. Not that I saw anyway. All these patch changes in patch 1.2.5, and what I think is probably the most broken thing in the game, shamanism, does not get nerfed. To my knowledge, unless somebody fill me in the comments if shamanism did get nerfed and I've just missed it in the patch notes. There was so much, it was hard to kind of determine what I was supposed to be reading, and I still haven't digested all of the changes yet as I continue to play the game. You all will have been playing on that patch for several weeks now, by the way, by the time you see this video, so this will be a delayed reaction for you, but I am recording it. This is the week, the Sunday after the patch came out, essentially, when I'm recording this. So I hope you're enjoying the patch, and let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. Let's go to the next turn. All right, they did, in fact, get all the way down to my crossbowman. Fascinating. Okay, so they ran an attack all the way down to my crossbowman, which there were roads, and I thought that maybe they would try that. The AI has definitely gotten smarter at attacking weaker units first, which has become kind of a pain, to be honest. So we'll see how that goes for us. All right, Ashoka has established a trade route with us. That is getting us 22 gold per turn. People establishing trade routes with you will drive your economy in the game of Civilization 7. So having friendly relationships with people is beneficial in multiple ways, but one of the biggest ways is actually that they will trade with you. And if they trade with you, you make a lot of gold. 22 gold per turn is not a small amount, and that's just for one trade route that is being established. So getting the AI to trade with you is a very nice and very important thing when you can make it happen. Napoleon has created the House of Wisdom. I don't remember if I had listed that as something we were going to go for, but I'm not sure if we didn't end up even taking a shot at it, eh? Because I don't think we were even building it, which is interesting because it is a very powerful wonder. All right, our crossbowman was attacked. That's the only unit that got attacked in the war this particular time. All right, it looks like it is Echmara, and you can see now, okay, so now we'll get to see some of the changes. The city name is listed down here because, again, the tile disappears, right? Where it says the city name always went away. So when you went into this screen, if you just clicked on it from the main button at the corner, sometimes you wouldn't even know what city you were in because you'd have to figure it out. The city name is now down in the bottom corner. There's a nice addition, right? And now we get added information here, and you can see that they've shown what the yields are, right? They have increase arrows up for all the yields. It's not too different in this growth section here, but you can see that they've done little UI tweaks to help provide you with some additional information that is indeed helpful for you, right? Okay, we are looking to put a caravansary down, and so we actually still need to make some like pretty specific calculations that they don't give you really great UI for yet. We know we need to put down a tile, right? And so when I hover it, see all the information that pops up? In the top corner there, add improvement, and it shows you that we're going to get +3 food, +1 production, and +2 happiness. It shows that there's no change in the rest, right? So you can see that at a glance on the tile, but you can now see the details of that for what the city is going to get. The city is at this, it will go to this, and if you press space, you now get even more information. There's the settlement yields, as is. There's the results after you give this tile a farm, right? The +3 food, +1, and +2. So again, it's just more information, and then you can hover over each different tile to see what that information is, right? It's all the same information. It's just presented in a much more uniform way that gives you more information about the changes that are happening or not happening as you put a particular piece in. Now, I will say this, it still doesn't help with like the planning for unique improvements because I still have to look here and see, okay, if this is a flat desert, I know that it's a desert tile, so I can put my caravanserai on it, but it doesn't give me, like, I can't see what the bonuses of a caravanserai would be right off the get-go. I don't know how they would incorporate that. But where you place your baseline growth, right, your initial rural expansion really sets up for where you can put your unique improvements like the caravanserai. So if you don't have any information on that, it's hard because this is the choice. You're choosing where to put your caravansary right now, really, right? But I don't have any information on that in the UI. So despite the improvements to the UI, I still feel like there's places where for certain civilizations, it'd be really nice to have extra information on where an what improvement could go here, and what the bonuses would be for that, right? Because right now I could put it here on this flatland plains. I could put a caravansary here, or I could put a caravansary here. Which one is going to have better bonuses, right? We don't actually know in this particular case, right? We can't tell. Now, it's neither of them are going to have any bonuses, right? Except that they're adjacent to resources, right? So one resource here, so that one's going to have one extra adjacency. One resource here, so that one will have an extra adjacency as well. So they're both actually equal as far as caravansaries are concerned, right? Because there's no other navigable river or wonders, and actually they don't even benefit from wonders, I don't think, right? So we're just going to put it on the desert because the desert gets us more food. And that's kind of the goal that we want to have, right? So we'll go with this tile for it, and then we'll immediately go in and buy in that caravansary, right? So you can see again, some changes, larger text, slightly adjusting some of the UI things. I think this is quite nice. Personally, I know that a lot of people play with a mod that adjusts this and make everything actually smaller. I actually don't mind this. It feels like it just feels. I don't mind scrolling for things if I know where they are. So I'm sure the mod still adjusts this just the way you want it. Like slightly bigger images, slightly larger text. I'm actually all about that kind of stuff. Like I think it makes it a little bit easier to digest some of it when it's in a larger format like this, and it's not like just a strict list of things. So I don't know, personal preference probably on that one. So you can also see they're providing you with some little bit of extra details, right? This is indicating that it is a warehouse building, right? So, and there is one tile that would be impacted by this warehouse. That's what it's saying, right? So it's worth +3 production, and there is one tile in this settlement that will get a benefit from this particular warehouse bonus, right? Same here. You could put a caravansary down. The best caravansary, right? It only tells you the best. The best caravansary you could put down is a +5 gold caravansary that has one adjacency to it, right? That's what it's telling us on this little extra added bits of information. Pretty nice. We're going to go ahead and purchase that in. And again, we don't want to replace any of our things. And again, look at this. Really nice information. You can see if we hover over, we can get that additional information if we want. It says specifically the caravansary will replace the Howlet. Well, obviously, we don't want to do that, but it shows you what will happen. We will lose the culture of the Howlet. We will gain the gold of the caravansary on this tile, right? And you can see that it's pictorialized with an up and down arrow on the map as well, which is really nice, right? So obviously, we're going to jump up here. We'll go ahead and grab this. That gives us a very nice caravansary up in the top. We're not going to put any other ones in because we don't want to replace our Howlets. So that is that. From a production standpoint, Axum is ready to go. I do not believe we have an actual caravansary to put in. I need to continue to remember whether we've done that or not. Again, if it's going over top of Howlets, which it is, then we don't want to do that. So it looks like we will be free to go and build probably another merchant or a missionary. I'm going to go with a merchant just because I feel like those are very valuable to us, and we can start to expand some of our trade as much as possible. We've made peace with some people that we can send more trade routes to. We also have access to Ashoka's land now as well, so we'll be able to start making deals in that direction too. Okay, we need to be able to kill this unit. Let's see if we can do so. Go ahead and shoot. Get some more experience. We'll go ahead and use the commander's ability to focus fire on him as well. And then we should be able to run an attack here. And hopefully... Oh, we do not get the kill, which is slightly... That means we're going to have to turn this guy around and also attack, which is kind of problematic for us, but that's okay. We'll go with it. So we'll run this attack. That puts this guy in a little bit of trouble, so what we're going to do is we're going to step up with both of these units, if I can. I'd like to get this guy over here, and I'd like to get this guy... Run this attack. That will go ahead and get rid of that guy, saving our units here, but we're very damaged over here now, so we may need to pillage our way in a little bit if we can pillage for health. Okay, so now we've created a nice little bit of protection. They might be able to attack this knight, and he might die if they send their courser around all the way to run this attack. That's entirely possible, but he'll be under zone of control the whole time, so I don't think he'll actually be able to make it there, even as a courser. We'll have to see. I can't remember if they like ignore zone of control or something like that. What we can do, however, is maybe bring this knight up. It still doesn't quite protect him, but at least we've got some semblance of protection there for that particular knight as we go. Right, this missionary has converted Chickasaw, so we're good there. I'm gonna go up to so Jeanette we've lost Jeanette. We got 2 charges left. We have to spend both on Kuzka, and honestly, I think Wasset we are already sending a trade or route to. Abilisa may be the spot we're sending this to. I don't think we have anyone. No, we do. This Tajiro, I believe, is going to Abilisa. So we could go to Nishapur or Isfahan, or we could improve our trade relationship with Ada, which I think is what we're going to do. We'll come over to Ada and we'll see if we can. She has to accept it. We'll see if she'll accept it. She accepts. So that is perfect for us. So now we can take our trader and we want to send to Roma. She has a slew of resources that we want to get access to, and so we will send a merchant there. That will also hopefully help establish a better relationship with her. Again, she was kind of angry with us, so the hope is that we can see a little bit of that. Down here, you'll also see Aberfra, who was a militaristic city-state, I believe, is now a diplomatic city-state. So we'll get to see some of those changes. I don't know, because we were invested there already. Ooh, that'll be really interesting. You know what? We're not their suzerain yet. I wonder if we are going to get the diplomatic bonuses. We'll find out, I guess, later on when we get that suzerain. Here's a treasure convoy. There's another 2 points. There's another 2 points. We just need to support this fight, but I need to get rid of this boat to get them in the water. Don't think that she is in a good relationship with this point. I think we might be able to cross. She might have to declare war on Napoleon in order to attack my units in this water. I'm going to test that. I'm going to test that theory. I don't think she can attack into Napoleon's land without declaring war on Napoleon. And I kind of doubt that she would declare war on Napoleon at this point. All right, let's get shots in. There's that. I am actually going to put this guy in the water. Their boat is far enough away that I think we'll be okay. If we're not, that's on me. But that way we can run this attack and start moving units in. This guy can shoot this. This guy can shoot this. That'll take out a unit and start damaging the other Chickasaw walls. So we're well on our way there. We have a treasure convoy here for another 2 points, which again, as the song high go, that's just ridiculous. And we're gonna get another couple points, or 1 point at least, from this treasure convoy. There's one from Jenny, right? We sent these tea, have been sent back. We got them through. Oh, fun fact. Fun fact. The water issue was a bug. Units were taking double damage randomly in the open ocean water, and it was patched out in patch 1.2.5. So we no longer have to worry about crossing the water and getting absolutely decimated. It was a bug, and it has been patched out. So you can no longer take random double damage, and that was what was happening. Is essentially units were crossing open ocean, and instead of taking 1 round of damage, they were taking 2 rounds of damage on 1 turn. That was the bug that was occurring. It was apparently prevalent because lots of people were experiencing it, and it has in fact been patched. So there you go. All right, this settler is going to cross and hopefully not take double damage. Here is our scout who is doing hopefully good work over here. We need to start. We're just trying to explore, right? I don't want to go into open ocean. Okay, we're gonna get him on land and try to start picking up hopefully some good information about other places. I'd like to get this guy up to this tile, right? This is the tile we have indicated is our possible best, and now we will know if it is our possible best. We could settle here. I kind of need to know what's going on up here. This guy's healing, but I want to know what's here. So let's go ahead and make a move. Okay. So we have... That's all just their units. Oh, there's another great spot here. I don't think I'm going to push in quite that far. Maybe we'll hope that this place expands that far and just gets it. So if we want to make this a city, I think... Oh man, right there would be tempting, but then we don't get this. We might not get this anyway. They might expand to that. This would be a tempting spot as well. That gets us, because that gets us on next to a river, like next to this marsh tile that gets us the bonus. Do we really care about the happiness though? I'm not sure we do. I think we just settle off optimal happiness here and put our gristmill sawmill here. I still think that's going to be the play. I think we're going to settle this spot right here. Put the gristmill sawmill here. Because otherwise there's no place to put the gristmill sawmill because all the rivers have resources on them that are going to be in this city. So I think we're going to put it here. I think it's going to be a city because we've got double mountain here. We've got double mountain here. All right, we'll have access to all of that. Plus we've got double resource here. And we have double resource, well, here I guess too, right? And here. There's a bunch of double resource spots. There's some good coastal spots as well. It's going to make for a pretty nice city, I think. Tecumseh, who I'm assuming will not, in fact, be our friend, unfortunately. So we have met Tecumseh, and was Tecumseh actually? He's the one that's up here. Oh, this is a Tecumseh unit, but this is Jose Rizal's land. So Tecumseh is in Jose Rizal's land. I wonder if they're at war. Are you at war with anybody? Oh, he's allied with him, in fact. Okay, so we would love to become friends and maybe even join that alliance, the Tecumseh Rizal Alliance. Tecumseh might not really appreciate me very much. He likes leaders that leave independent powers alone. Dislikes those that disperse. I mean, I don't disperse them, but I also suzerain them all so that he can't, and that might anger him a substantial amount, possibly. All right, we've got our Wasset trade route. That is going to be excellent for us because that is a bunch more resources. We're going to slot these into our capital just because, and then we have more food, which I actually would prefer the food. Lollibella, I would like to put more food into. And then the tin, we could just get up into Gao, probably. Actually, where's our lowest production? 66 in Lollibella, 47 in Oahu. Okay, so we'll put it in, we'll actually put it in Oahu, I think. All right, got a couple units to command, probably. There's our Abalisa trade route. That'll get us access to 2 more resources, actually. Precious metal. Mina's name is synonymous with gold. Gold dangles from her ears, gold adorns her belt, and gold runs through her dreams. We now get a, looks like we get a quest. +4 happiness on bank in all settlements. Build a bank. +4 happiness on all banks? Oh, nice. I like that. I like the little quests that are specific to leaders. That's specific to leader and age, actually, right? Okay, so basically, Gao now becomes the place where we would like to build any of our missionaries. We also need a temple there too, right? So we can build our temple at reduced price and then make sure we start producing missionaries out of Gao. Like, I'm fine with that. And then we got more food, and I'm gonna put the food into Lollibella. It's more food in Lollibella for additional growth because we want more caravansaries there. That is the goal. Now we can go to the next turn. Oh, except for we have a ton of gold. We should have spent some gold probably. We'll go through and take a look at gold spending here. Oh, that is a large flood. That is a lot of damaged towels. There is a civic unlock for us. Our settler is ready to jump in, and where are we putting this settler again? We'll go here, and then we'll have to make a selection. We either get the cotton or the jade, right? I mean, that's the... No, I can get both. I can get both if I settle in the middle. That'll work for me. You notice we only took the 16 damage, so it's still a decent amount of damage, but it is not the type of damage that otherwise may have happened. That trade relationship increased. This flood happened, and I do want to jump into, let's see, Saba. We're going to repair all for 32. Our knight was attacked over here. So they did try to kill that knight. They put themselves in a precarious position just to try to get this kill, and that is going to be the end of that unit probably as a result of that. Their boat was like, uh-oh, units, and their boat is now coming. And they actually attacked the crossbowmen as well. So they decided to come down with the boat again, and now we get to come in and go ahead and shoot this boat with our catapults. Remember, our siege weapons do big damage to boats. Our archers do not, right? I actually think we should pillage this tile for the health. That feels like it's probably a pretty decent idea for us at this point. We got lots of gold, so once we take the city, we can just repair it. So let's pillage for health, just to make sure that we are at full health. This gold bangles infantry, I'm going to start sliding towards where we want them. We want it to, well, I guess we could sit this guy over here. I don't want to attack this, so let's move him here. So we have the option of attacking here or just getting on land, because I don't want him sitting here in case a unit gets spawned that could shoot him, right? I guess we'll come back up there because I decided to click on that button. I'm all over the place right now. All right, we have growth. And here, yet again, we'll see the changes to the UI, which are quite substantial. You can now see if we hover over stuff, we get a lot of breakdown. Here's the before, here's the after of specialists in particular, right? So we can see if we put a new growth in, if we put it on a rural tile, we get the same kind of feeling as we do in a settlement. But in a city, when we grow, we also get the opportunity now to see what will our specialists do for us as well. And so you can see, based on all of the things right here, where our specialists will give us the most improvements, right? I believe what we were doing was putting our specialists, or debating putting our specialists into some of these places where we get the most adjacency. We basically want to look for the best adjacency and put our specialists there. There's two things I think about with specialists. Number one, if you have a unique building, so a unique district with the two buildings in it, that's where your specialist should go every time first, because those adjacency bonuses do not reset at the turn of the age, right? So everything else, the specialists become very weak at the beginning of an age. They're great at the end of an age because all your adjacencies and your overbuilds will be in. But right now, all of your adjacencies are gone for most of your units at the beginning of an age, or for most of your buildings, right? So depending on what you're going for, you might slot them into maybe your production ones because you know you're going to put your production buildings in first, and therefore your adjacencies will be back sooner. Therefore, your specialists do more work on that particular tile earlier on. Or if you put it on those unique buildings, you're going to get those bonuses right away. It doesn't matter. The age will turn over. Those buildings are ageless and they maintain their adjacencies. And so those are the best places to put them. For us, we don't have that. And so our specialists are not like as valuable because we have Howlets and Caravanseries, which you cannot put specialists on rural tiles. And so we have no kind of permanently ageless buildings that will give us bonuses. So we're kind of looking for, well, where's our best adjacency? Where can we get the most out of a particular building, and where are we gonna like get that from faster, right? Where are we gonna put in the buildings sooner in order to get those yields faster? Right now, we already have an observatory in, right? And we have decent adjacency here as well with the double. So we could go there. We also have decent adjacency up here, and the bazaar is already in, right? So we know the bazaar is in, and we have some okay adjacency up here, 3, I believe, like triple adjacency. So then it becomes like, well, what do you value more, right? And I think the extra science right now would probably be the best thing for us. However, all of that being said, we do have a reef up here that is not even improved yet. And that one production up there, I know it's little, but the fact that we can put a far fishery down with production on it, I think is more valuable right now to us in the immediacy. I'm not going to put the rest of these fisheries down probably. But I think for now, I think we'll go ahead and put this in for that extra production. It's just a nice tile that I want to make sure we're working. Then we'll start putting specialists down after that. A diplomatic action. Ashoka would like to do a local festival. With local festivals, I actually will almost never support them, even if I can, because +4 influence per turn as opposed to +6 happiness, I am all about that. Give me more influence, absolutely. I love getting local festivals proposed to me because I get +4 influence per turn and I don't have to spend a cent. So we'll jump into our civics tree. You will remember we already have done most of our Songhai stuff. So I think we should take a look at what we really want access to here. And I believe the last thing we got was society because we were going to go for this mastery. Why? Because we were going to try to go for the House of Wisdom. However, Napoleon has now built the House of Wisdom, but I still think there's value in just getting this mastery right away. Number one, it increases our relationship with Ada. Number two, it gets us a settlement limit and a relic just right away, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and take this mastery. This is a nice mastery, regardless of the fact that we can't go after House of Wisdom anymore. Should we maybe try to go after the wonders on diplomatic service and bureaucracy because both of them are good? Maybe. Yes, we'll go for that next, maybe. Okay, Axum is ready to build again. And from a trade perspective, I think we could go with I think we could go one more, but I also want to start getting missionaries out. So I'm going to go, let's go missionary first here. We cannot shoot anything with this unit, but we could pillage for health in order to continue moving him on. And I think that's actually probably the play here. Although we could move this guy up. and then actually get a shot with him. And maybe that's what we want to do. Maybe we do this. Although that puts that guy at risk if there's a unit up here. We move this guy in. Well, actually what we do is we pack him. Then we would unpack him. Then we would shoot with him over here. Then we would use the special ability to shoot with this other crossbowman. Then we would take this guy, we would pack him. We will take this infantry. Oh, wait, can I not unpack him now? Oh, because I used the ability. I needed to unpack him first onto this tile. Oh, that's fine. We'll just run this step. Needed to unpack before I use the ability. That's okay. There's so much nuance with the commanders. Like getting everything in the right order every time is like quite challenging. This guy's gonna move up here. We're gonna do an amphibious landing. So in order to take a city, we have to capture all of the walled districts. Any district that has defensive capabilities has to be captured. It doesn't have to be held. I can move this unit. See, it says my name on it. As long as they don't put a unit there now, I can move off of this tile and go capture other districts with this unit. Obviously, best if you just kind of capture them all as you go, but we don't have to do that necessarily. This guy cannot shoot anything from here, unfortunately, now that he is there. So I almost want to debate like getting him in the water and then putting him in this district. There's no boats anymore, right? So let's do that. That will put him in a really nice spot. This guy is also going to cross too. And it's kind of looking like Chickasaw is going to fall here with pretty little resistance. I wonder if Cahokia is within our sights now. This guy will sit and heal. I'm gonna pillage. I would pillage here too, but I can't. And then this guy can actually move in and we'll push a surround of the city. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and use our 2 conversions on Kuzka. Oh, we weren't supposed to do that. We were gonna convert Kanza. Now Kanza has another missionary in it, and we could have converted that for free. Oh well. Oh well. All right, we know we're sending one to Roma, so we don't need to send another one to her. And so really what we'd like to do is save up enough to ask for another one, or we could just send to like Nishapur or Isfahan. I don't mind doing that. I actually wouldn't mind access to each of these. So let's just send these for now, just to get access to the one resource that they do have, just from that perspective. Oh, cool. We got our missionary down here. That will be 2 more relics for us, which is very nice. That gets us to another level, and we can check our progress here in the culture tree. That gets us to the first level of Tashakhana. We're getting our relics are coming in fast and furious now as we progress towards the tree there. Our economic tree also, look at this. Look at how far we are on the economic tree. Wow. We are 1 point away from 2 already on that. Militarily, we're not doing very well. We only have that 1 settle on the new world, and it's not converted to our religion yet, so we don't get any extra points for it. Science-wise, I think this is where we're going to struggle quite a bit, because I don't know. We don't have any unique district. I think we'll get there, but I think it'll be close at the end for when we start to get those really good yield bonuses and things like that. Guys, I think this guy still needs to heal. I'm just gonna press the heal button. Let's get him healed up before we start pushing on. This scout is free to get back in the water now, and I think we have open. Do we have open borders with Ashoka? I don't know if we do, and we'll kind of work with that, because we're gonna settle it on the next turn, right? Lots of troop movement over here, but they're friendly with us, so it's fine. Aberfaw's friendly with me, so we're making progress in some of our relationships. The other land, we have a tornado over here. I don't think that will impact us. And Saba has been fully converted by other missionaries. Yes, our entire land has been converted by other missionaries at this point. Axum is ready to go. I don't want to necessarily do another Tachiro yet. And I also don't need much of anything else. So I think I'm just going to go with another missionary. Maybe we start reconverting some of our cities. Axum is just such a production hub right now that we're building things so quickly. It's kind of ridiculous. And now Himiko's finally decided to move some units in our way. And we have fully healed units to combat that with. So let's deploy out, let's get some units deployed, shall we? We will take some shots. Get our commander some more promotions. I believe we can use our focus fire. They're actually attacking Abalessa. How dare they try to attack Abalessa after all of that? I'll take the 3 different promotions. We'll defend Abalessa, and now we're just going to set up We're just going to set up a defense. This guy can stay here and heal. We'll move units into proper positioning to defend this. And we'll just be defending in case they send any more units down. That's just funny. All right, we got a promotion here, which is pretty nice. We're progressing pretty nicely. We've got the maneuver. We've got the logistics one that we want. So really, I like to progress down the assault tree now at this point. So we'll get extra siege just because I want to get to the end and then get a commendation, right? Once we get to the end, we get a commendation. So let's progress towards that as much as we can. And then these guys are all ready to go as well. We have successfully defended off that. And let's see if we can't... Oh, man, I'd love to get this guy off of this tile. Can I move this horseman out? I actually wouldn't mind moving him out completely, like back into my land even. Can I get him here? Can. Oh, I get him here, actually. Let's just get him here to heal. Then this horseman, because I can't attack this yet. Or I don't want to necessarily, right? So then this horseman can move here. This bombard can come in here. Now, this knight will try to attack this bombard on the next turn, but I feel like I'm not like horribly worried about that. I've moved a knight in here, so I can't make landing there. Let's go ahead and attack this, and our bombard will attack the main city. And then we'll get the double bombard this and then just take it. I mean, they'll have a unit there at that point, but let's go ahead and flank with this unit. This guy's all sorts of surrounded now. We should probably try to attack him, actually, to be honest. I'm going to not attack with this guy. I'm going to pillage with this guy for the 40 science. This is going to hurt. This is a level 2 knight that is going to come in and attack our trebuchet. And I don't think it will kill it, but it will be painful. But we'll be able to retaliate pretty heavily, I think. We might even have wanted to move this crossbowman over, but we'll be able to shoot with other crossbowmen as well. This guy could actually pillage this for health, though, on the next turn if we wanted to. And I think we'll just try to heal this guy. And then what we'll do here is we will pack this crossbowman and then move this guy into here. And then we'll unpack the crossbowman onto this tile and see if he can shoot. Oh, it's vegetated. I thought it might be, and it is. I almost have like too many units now, you know? Okay, so we need, the only way to convert this place is going to be, because that was a pot cop, this is a pot. We have to get all the way to the city center now, right? It's not letting me advance place my units, which is really weird. That's what I'm noticing anyway. Okay. So that guy's going to do that. This missionary then... Okay, we have one missionary up here that I believe is going all the way over here. So I think we're already taking care of that. Abilese has been converted, but we already have the conversion on that. And so I think this missionary should start going all the way down and go get these conversions done. So let's just send all the way down. And we'll start working on that. This cog is finally at full health, so we'll go back into alert mode with both of those. This missionary is ready to cross over to Ishvahan, and 2 charges left. They are converted now, so we'll want to reconvert Ishvahan because we have not converted them at all. This guy is now ready to settle this spot because that is where we're going to go. So there's Lulami. Endless possibilities with many cities under her reign. Amina considers life after conquest. Thousands of new citizens to be brought together under her customs, encouraged to embrace a new way of life. We can get +2 production on Armorer, which I think we have in already. Or we can get +250 happiness and celebration. I don't feel like... We're not in a celebration, but we're 2 turns away. I don't think that is super helpful for us. I'll take that +2 production on Armor. So that feels pretty good. That's like 2 production in each of our cities. Is that really good? I don't know. Maybe. 2 production in each city that has one is not a ton. The 250 is only 1 turn's worth of happiness though, you know? So I think the production over the long term will help. Okay, we want to get down to this as quickly as possible. We'll go here first, even though it's not the better tile. At least it takes our borders out a little bit. And then actually, you know what? We could probably just we could probably just buy in things here and then jump our population all the way out to here. We at least want to jump our border out if we can, right? We could go ahead and purchase granary, which is what we want here, right? Put a granary right there. Let's grab the granary. We'll put it right here. Because we're going to turn... This one's going to be a town, right? So we want just as much food as possible. So we put the granary there, which then, right, replaces our population, which means we can then grow out to... Well, we might as well do here, right? To get more spots. That gets us a farm and locks us into being able to get to the furs on the very next growth that we have in Lulami, right? So that feels pretty good. And then what we can do here is go ahead and purchase in our grist mill for that +4 food for increased growth, right? So we'll grist mill on the river right here. Why are we grist milling on the river closer to the coast? So that we can put in our key, which we didn't have access to, right? So then we get, again, it's only +1 food right now, but we'll put our key in. And I don't think it matters where I put that, right? So we'll just put it right. Then we've got our key, and all of our food buildings are in, right? So any building that produces food in Lulami is now in, right? So we don't need to put any of the rest of this stuff in. We don't have to put any of the rest of the stuff in until we want more gold, because production's just gold, or happiness. So that's good for Lulami, and locks up the fact that we have access to our treasure resource just in case they could expand their borders. I sincerely don't think they can. I think this city has reached maximum borders. So that pushes us in the right direction as far as just locking up what we want here and getting access to the resources that we would like access to. This settle is also ready to go, and I'm gonna commit to trying to grab as much as I possibly can. And we gotta go after this one first, right? So the question becomes, I can't jump us there. So we're just gonna have to try to push as hard as we can for it. So we'll found the settlement, Tenenku. And then we'll push in this direction by getting access to this. Then on our next growth, we can get access to this. Now I can't put a district down there because that's one of my pieces. I don't want to do that, but we can go ahead and buy in as many of our, right? We want our grist mill's going to go right here on this river because we already know that we reserved that spot for it. So we grist mill that, and then we want to granary. Where do we want to granary? But that should be fine because we can granary brickyard here. We can saw pit, stone cutter here. Ooh, and then, but then what do we put here? We'll just have to spread. We'll actually have to spread our districts out, which is fine. So I'm gonna go granary down here. Actually, I'm gonna put it here. And again, that gets us all of our. I'm doing like quick planning in my head for this city, so hopefully I'm doing it right. But that gets us access to all of our food buildings. So that's like maximal growth for Teneku. So I'm not gonna make it a city yet. We're gonna go for the growth. We'll keep it where it is for now. Let's see, Teneku is connected to our production, so we can move this. In fact, we do. We want to move this into probably, again, where's our lowest production? Probably Ohatu. So Ohatu has the lowest production, so we'll get them a little more production. This scout would love to get on land, but I'll keep him off land for a second until we find a need to get on land. So this is Shoka's land still here. Okay, we still have 2,000 gold to spend. This city costs that much though, right? We need that to convert this into a city. So we're gonna be spending more of this gold as we go. And honestly, we probably should just spend it now as we're thinking about it. So let me think about this city for a second. And then we'll buy in the rest of the things with that money. Just to make sure that we get the stuff that we want, I'm gonna go brickyard here. The saw pit maybe goes with that, because all we need to do is the stone cutter. So we need something to go here, because that doesn't carry any adjacency. That pushes our border in this direction. So now when we make it a city, our happiness buildings go here, our culture buildings go here. This is a district, right? So we could put our science buildings here. We could put our production buildings here. We could maybe build a wonder right here for optimal placement there. That feels pretty good. And then our gold buildings go here, our food buildings go here, right? And then we put our water buildings go out in the water over here. So that feels pretty, I think that's the way we want to do it. We might as well spend the rest of this gold though on the saw pit. Like, so we'll put the saw pit with a brickyard just for the sake of it. And we'll put the saw mill down because +3 gold. I mean, it's not actually worth it for the gold that we're going to spend on this sawmill. So maybe not even. Maybe we won't buy the sawmill in. I mean, it does reduce the cost we spend. What the heck? Let's just buy it. let's just spend all the gold on it, and then we'll save back up again for the city. Because we want it to grow for a few turns anyway, right? So let's put that in. And honestly, let's just buy the temple as well. Yeah, because the temple's going to go here. Yeah. Because we're not going to put the temple in the city center. We're going to put the temple on top of this, which actually secures us our spices. Have 4 temples. Unlocked Siam. Perfect. So we spent all of our gold. Teneku is now a absolutely amazing spot for a city. And we actually got most of our districts in already. So now we just save up enough gold to turn it into a city. We blocked up this from them. So that actually ended up working out perfectly for us because we locked up our treasure resource that was at the potential of being stolen. Now we got to make sure we get this one as well. So now actually our next growth might even be to like this tile. Like put this farm in, turn it into a caravansary right away because it's got decent adjacency as well. We put that farm in, that locks up us getting this as well, which is perfect. And then we can push for the rest of it, right? Because I think we'll get these pretty easily as well. So that's where we're going to go with the growth next. While we're saving up for the city, we'll get that extra 50% growth from being a town. We'll grab up all the tiles that we can. Then we'll put on the resources. I want to lock the tiles up first, then we'll put the resources on because I don't think we need the settles like that fast anyway. Okay, perfect. We have not played very many turns, I feel like, but we're still at war. Ah, yes, Himiko wants peace. No, I'm about to take your city. We finally have shipbuilding. That gets us access to the shipyard, which is a powerful production building. Gets us access to the Karak, which is a very powerful naval unit. We can now, all of our naval units can travel safely across deep ocean without taking damage. A little too late for us. We've taken so much damage. It's completely ridiculous. All units ignore movement penalties in deep ocean. Big deal for us because remember, we have extra embarked movement. Civilian and support units can travel safely across deep ocean without taking damage. And tier 2 and tier 3 naval units can use the automate exploration action as well. So remember, cogs cannot do automated exploration. Karaks can. So that's something to keep in mind. It's something I got confused about a couple different times in a different game. Our trebuchet did get attacked just as we predicted. So the trebuchet got hit. And I'm gonna just shoot with the trebuchet and hope that we can take out this knight. Oh, I don't think we're gonna be able to take him out. We might lose our trebuchet. This guy can't shoot unless we move. Oh boy, okay. I'm gonna pack the knight. But I can only get one shot with him anyway, right? Might not have been worth it. We're gonna do the focus fire. I don't think it's gonna end up being worth it. And then now we just have to attack with our units, right? We have to make these attacks, but I don't think I can get another unit in to be able to run the attack. This guy can't attack, can he? Let's see. No, because he's gonna take the movement there. Oh no. Well, trebuchet might have just sacrificed themselves. Oh, unless we can we amphibious assault this with this guy? Oh. No. Yes? Okay, we took the district defenses down, but now the unit is still there and we cannot run another attack on it. So I think our trebuchet is gonna fall, unfortunately. That's sad. Tried to save him. Okay. We got access to shipbuilding. That is a big deal. Where do we want to go next? The mastery for feudalism gets you +1 food on farms, pastures, and plantations. We have a lot of farms. That would be some big growth. We might wanna get access to. Oh gosh, yeah. Schwedagon Zidida would be really good for us. Actually, we have a lake adjacency we can use. I think we do. You know what? Let's go education first. I'd like to take a shot at that. Plus, it gets us access to the university. Let's go that way first. Axum's ready to build. We can build a shipyard. That's problematic for us because our shipyard is going to take away one of our beautiful tiles. But we're not working these. We have to remember, we're not working these tiles. This is such a good shipyard location. It's got double adjacency. You know what? It has to be done. We have to put a shipyard here. It's 10 production. It's 10 more production. Yeah, we're burning a really nice tile. It's fine. We're going to get look, we still get the pyramid bonuses. We're just going to get a different bonus otherwise. Right? It's fine. It's fine. It'll still be beautiful. Let's not worry about it too much. All right, these guys need to move into position. This army commander, this is a fine. This we can be on this tile because this is no, that's vegetated. So we actually shouldn't be on that tile. We actually need to move here and then here, I think. That's where we want all of these units. This guy, I guess, is ready to just go into Cahokia. I can't move him anywhere closer to our units. I mean, we let's move him this way to act as a protection for some of our weaker units that are taking... We don't want them to get flanked, right? So we'll do the same thing with this guy. We'll put this guy, like, here. Really just acting as a protection for some of these units. This crossbowman should probably just go get healed. I want to just move... I think we just move him back into our land for some quick healing. This guy can stop and heal now. This guy can continue to shoot. This district. This guy's going to stop and heal. This missionary is yet another missionary. Now, we sent one south. We've got one converting all of the city-states. So we could use this guy, I think, to reconvert our cities. So let's start reconverting our own cities. We'll convert Axum and Gao first, I think. Let's do that. Here's another treasure convoy. We have shipbuilding, so now we can just cross the ocean without taking damage. This guy's also ready to go. Of course, he heals on the exact turn that he gets access to shipbuilding. Look at the open ocean. This island is going to be a wonky place, but I think I want to settle it. You know? I think I want to settle it. Let's get him on land. Can't use our scout ability. We'll see what's going on down here. So we got... This is, again, there's potential tundra down here, right? So might want a missionary put down there as well. Let's do this. Hey, let's boost up our culture a little bit. That feels pretty good. All right, we got 1,000 gold. We're saving. We are saving for our cities. So we don't need to spend that. We have 1,049 accumulated influence. We have not seen another city-state yet. So I think we should take a look at our trade real quick. And we are sending to Roma. So where can we trade with next best? Preslav, and that might be a good idea because they don't have very slottable resources, but it would increase our relationship with him, and that's a decent place to grab. So let's improve our relationship with Napoleon. We'll spend on improving trade relations. He accepts, and we will need a Tajiro now. So once we build a Tajiro, you know what? I think I'm gonna, right before this, let's get one more, because Tajiros are one turn. I could just buy it, but I'm saving my gold right now. Let's build a Tajiro really quick before we go into that. Let's do one more turn. I don't think that'll take us anywhere near where we need to go, but okay. Nishapur, this is a trade, so we know we're going to hit that. We now have another fish. And the fish probably should go into... Isn't that's our new one, right? Teneku, and let's take Jenny's food and give it to Lulami. Let's get those two in a growth pattern. I'm gonna leave the ones in Lalibela in Lalibela. We'll call that good. Okay, one more turn. Should have probably been looking at my military. We can't build House of Wisdom. We got our settlement limit, our relic, so that's good. We'll be able to do that. So there goes another. Right, we have full. We're full now, so we actually do need more temples. So it's a good thing we bought that temple in Tenenku, because we actually needed it to slot our latest relic. Open borders with Napoleon has expired. Our diplomatic reconciliation with Frederick has completed. He still doesn't like us very much. Our trade relationship has improved. Those tornadoes have moved off. They decided to attack the crossbowmen. Oh, what a mistake. He attacked the crossbowman instead. Now he's in all sorts of trouble. Just attack. I think we'll attack the walls with this guy. We could just attack the walls next turn. I think he's gonna. I think. Hold on. Here, let's do this first. We'll do our. I don't want to focus fire. Just give me the crossbowman. And then let. Oh, stop. Let's attack with this guy. Do we just take it? There is that capture, and now we should be able to bombard into this. That actually took the whole defense out. That must have been, I don't know what kind of shot that was. That was a damaged trebuchet. Just smacked that wall. And now we just land, and then boom. Chickasaw. becomes ours, we immediately will start developing treasure convoys out of that, and now we can heal up all our units, and we have to make a decision. What do we feel like? What do we feel like? Is Cahokia in our sights? I don't feel like she could put up any sort of fight if I decide to take it. Do we sit with Chickasaw or do we push? We will have to determine that in between now and the next episode. This commander also got a promotion. Let's grab, man, he's got, well, we don't have this yet, so let's grab logistics for him. So we know we want that, right? So we can pack more units. That's important. Growth for Matara. This is very nice for Matara. We want to look, though, to see where our best caravansary spot is. We actually have a double resource adjacency right here. So this is probably our best caravansary spot. Let's go ahead and grow to that spot. We will immediately use some of our gold to buy in a caravansary on that spot. That is a lovely caravansary. So we'll take that. I also think we're going to replace this with a caravansary at some point. Maybe we should do that now. It's not getting any bonuses, right? We go to Matara and we go to caravansary. It's literally +7 gold. The Howl is getting us nothing here because it has no adjacency to anything anymore. So let's just replace it. I know we're spending gold that we're supposed to be saving up for that city, but that's a much better caravansary than it is a Howelt. So let's go ahead and get that in. That's because that's got one adjacency here. It's got one adjacency to the river. So it automatically is a much better caravansary than it is a Howelt, right? It just doesn't have any Howelt adjacency. All right. And another growth here in one of our new towns, Lulami. I gotta remember I can look down here for the. I'm not used to doing that. At Lulami again, we want to go ahead and. What do we want to lock up with Lulami? Lulami, I think, can just grab the furs now. We just grab the furs to get that started so we can get more treasure resources online because we don't have to grab any of these territories necessarily, right? So let's just get the furs and get that online. And then we'll grab more after that as far as like trying to grab like the tiles and stuff up here and get access to the resources because we also want these this ivory online because that's going to be good for us too. Okay, but these guys on the other hand, I am going to push in this direction. I'm actually going to take this farm right now so we can lock up this on the next turn. That pushes our borders out to the extension here. So we've got this whole line is kind of done, which is good. We're going to not lose any tiles to the city state now. And then the next one we'll push for is up here. So we'll grab this tile next to take these two and make sure we get them just in case there's any tile growth over here. So in 3 turns, we take this, just grab those. Raise or keep. I can't raise it? Oh, that's interesting. I wonder why I can't raise it. It wasn't a capital, was it? Her capital was Cahokia, and her capital is Loliani. I can't raise this city. Huh. I wonder why not. I mean, I was going to keep it anyway. That is fascinating as to why I could not raise that. If you know in the comments why I couldn't raise that, please feel free to let me know. All right, let's check out our tree. This is our civics tree. And now that we have this mastery, I do want to go after either, which of these do we want? We're going to go authority, and then we'll have to determine whether we want Rehedeswar Temple or Boro Boro Dur. Food happiness? Actually, food happiness would be pretty nice. Navik River adjacency is pretty good, though. All right, we take this food. We got. Oh, look at this. That's beautiful. That's new. That's beautiful. I haven't noticed it before. Look, the background is all new. The UI changes are, look, kudos to Firaxis. The UI sucked at the beginning of this game. It's not awesome still, but it's getting much, much better. Like, this is so much better. Like, just the little touches here, like, shows that you put time and work into it. I like this so much better. All right, I'm gonna take the food again, of course. And that gets us another policy card. Let me take a look. Renaissance would be interesting if we do start to build another wonder. I'm wondering. Answer in the comments if you know. Does patronage apply to Howelts? +1 culture on each culture adjacency. Is that only on buildings? Or is that also on Howelts? We're at 373 culture. If I put this in, what happens? We can always switch it out if we don't like it next time we get a policy card. 373 culture. 452. That is a solid chunk. I bet our Howelts just got better. Because I don't think we have that many culture buildings. I think the Howelts have to have gotten better, I think, now. Because this is a Howelt that has 2 adjacency. And it still only has 2 culture. I mean, it was still a really good jump in culture. I can't tell if that applied to Howelts or not. Unit training. I've just been putting all of these into Gal, right? If we need to you know what? Technically, these should all be an Axum. If we're being really correct, all of these should be an Axum Pro. In fact, let's take the we're training missionaries out of there now too, right? We should rethink this at some point. I'm not going to do it now. All right, heal. This guy needs to heal. All right, I think, what are we going to do with our units here? I mean, everyone needs to heal here, right? So let's heal. Let's pull these units back. We'll just heal. Everybody needs to heal, essentially. Heal. This guy actually needs to get in the water and cross at some point. He's at full health, right? If we're going to go after Cahokia, he needs to be in the water. This guy can heal first. This guy is going to convert. That's going to boost our culture by another chunk. We need to get a missionary up here as well. This guy in Jeanette is going to go check on this to make sure that it's still converted. Let's go down here and make sure this build that's still ours. And we're going to go check out this island. Oh, nice. Let's go this way. We'll go pick that up. And there looks like there's a nice little settle for us here. There's another island here as well. But look how far it is. Oh gosh, it's awful. All right, let's do this, and then let's do a search. Let's see. Nothing of too much import there. Here is a missionary in our land. We want to jump off to Howelt. We'll fully convert Axum back, and then we'll get this guy up to Gao as well. Here is a Tajiro, and we specifically increased our relationship with Napoleon so that we could get access to Napoleon stuff. Ooh, Napoleon has camels. I like. We don't need. Here's the thing. We don't need the camels right now. We don't need. Oh, actually, you know what? If we put more camels in Axum, oh gosh, you know what? We want more camels in Axum. More. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be wild. All right, that will do it for today's episode. This is probably gonna be a long one. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate the heck out of it. If you like the content, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you know when we release these videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.